Hey everybody, I'm here to show you how to do a Shin-Box Get Up. So you're going to assume a position where you're seated, one leg is externally rotated, so that'll be whichever one you prefer, doesn't matter where you start. So I have my right leg externally rotated and my left leg internally rotated. So I actually have kind of my foot reaching where my knee is, and this shin is just going straight backwards with my foot opened up towards the ground. So this can actually be a somewhat challenging position to get into. When you first get into it, I'd probably suggest putting your hand on the ground, anything like that to kind of support your torso. So the next thing is you're gonna try to do this without any assistance. So you're gonna hold your arms, cross them across your body, and you're gonna try to keep your torso straight. You're gonna notice that maybe one hip kind of gives more than the other. You might have more restriction on one side than the other, but the focus is to keep everything symmetrical. So you're gonna go straight up, pressing through this leg, hinging through your hips. You don't wanna round over through your core. So the next position in the Shin-Box Get Up, you come forward and swing forward with your hips in a hinging motion. Your weight's gonna be on both knees, so you might want to do this on a softer surface if necessary. Then the next position, you're actually going to swing the back leg around, nice and controlled, into a lunge position. So once you're in that lunge position, make sure to keep your core tight the whole time. Squeeze your glute through that. And then you can choose to stand up. Okay, once you're in a standing position, you can just reverse that motion. So you'll be reaching the leg back into that lunge position and then swinging the leg outward. So this can be kind of challenging for your balance. So do this nice and controlled. Once that leg is out, you're gonna place that knee back near that foot where it started and slowly descend back into that seated position. This is gonna be really hard for your core to keep everything straight. So I'm gonna turn to my side. You need to keep your core nice and neutral. Don't round over this way. And do it nice, slow, and controlled. That last inch, half inch before the ground is going to be very hard to control. So really focus on that and keeping your core stiff and tight. And you do a few reps of this on each side. You may notice on one side versus the other that you might be stiffer in one hip. This can be a great exercise to do prior to your warm-up. Do it nice, slow, and controlled, and kind of assess where you feel tight, because it is very demanding on internal and external rotation in your hips. You're gonna definitely see where you're stiff. So the next thing that you would do is then perform your warm-up, whatever you choose as necessary, and then repeat this test after your warm-up and see how it's improved. If you notice a large improvement or still some imbalances or anything still stiff, you can repeat a little bit more warm-up and just make sure that you're improving after your warm-up.